Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pokemon Mystery Dungeons and Dragons: The Lanwell Chronicles. As you can see from the dice roller, we have already rolled for our session recap, and today it will be Doc's turn to tell you all what happened last time.
All right. So last time was kind of just the aftermath slash wind down session from all the madness that happened before. We reported back to the Freelance Guild in Gwaybold Town. Um, Renyel met with his dad again. We learned that the Pokemon that had been trapped by and drained of energy by the weird, potentially modified red crystals in the Dwyneth River dungeon weren't showing any signs of recovery. Um, we reported back to the Delvers as well, um, kind of just relaying, what had already happened. Uh, we got our, we were followed on our way there by a certain Nicket from crap, what's the town called? Misty Gales. But we were able to come up with a ruse to convince him that everything was on the up and up, and it seems to have worked. Got our next mission from the Delvers. We are going to be planting a couple of their own variety of modified red crystals in a few mystery dungeons to allow them to monitor the other provinces for dungeon activity. That was the gist of what happened.
Yeah, roll a d6. Alright, there you are. So, yep. The one thing you missed is you also had a interesting discussion in the guild at that night, and you discussed a little bit about how you wanted to handle Reniel's I was about to say mind tentacle, mind jellyfish. But, anyways, you all sharing bunk in your room, you all are, eventually waking up. This guild does not seem to wake you up through the power of earthquakes. So, you all just wake up normally and are given breakfast and all that fun stuff. As you inevitably ask around, you see that the Pokemon who are with those red crystals are still not showing any signs of recovery. So there's question about. I mean, they're at least able to move around a bit better on their own. They seem to not be all wibbly wobbly, but their natural abilities don't seem to be coming back anytime soon. Or their natural Pokemon abilities in any case. And yeah, you've been given a breakfast to satiate yourselves, and you are free to do what you want this morning before going back to town or going back to your what you're doing.
We already have the crystals we're supposed to plant, right?
Yes, you were already given the crystals that you're supposed to plant when you
Oh, right,
were.
I remember that.
Uh-huh. And from what I.
Renyel wanted to take all of them, and we agreed that that was a good idea because he's going to take good care of them for sure.
Yes, you gave them all to Reniel. You may regret it later. And from what I've been understanding, you guys are gonna head back to Misty Gales and get permission to, or figure out some way of doing this on the sly, going to the castle, going to the two mystery dungeons.
Weren't we planning on going on the way back? Because the three locations we were going to go to were in Aaron, the Blackrock Mountain Mystery Dungeon, and in Caldwelch we were going to go to the White Town Museum in Northern Desert, Ancient Ruins Mystery Dungeon.
We had a map. Where's the rocks? Because I remember it was like a straight line.
Yeah. I forget if we said we were gonna go on the way back. Like this is yesterday in universe, but 2 weeks ago.
From what I remember,
We
you guys were gonna go because,
It was on the way there.
well, no,
Yeah.
I mean go back to the guild to sort of get permission to, or well, not get permission, but well, sort of get permission, sort of go back to the guild, be like, hey, we've got these mystery dungeons around that we want to investigate because of what happened to the mystery dungeons around here, so can you give us permission? At least that's how I remember it happening.
The way I
we were
remember it
gonna go
happening
to
was
Blackrock Mountain on the way back because it's right on the way. For the other two, we were gonna try to get
yeah, that's
permission.
how I remember it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remembered
I
something like
remember
that
we
too.
wanted to check out the mountain on the way back, but it's that we wanted permission from the guild because of the museum.
Yeah, it was that was the reason.
Mm.
Because the mountain's on the way back, correct? It's pretty much it's south of Misty Gales.
Yeah,
And
it is.
we're in the south western part of the map, and it's like right in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, either way, you're still currently in Gwibbled.
Yeah. I'm going to suggest we maybe should stock back up. As
Once
in
we do
rations.
that, we should go back to the library and check out that book.
Yeah, that too. Hopefully it's back by now. So after we're done eating, I want to go and maybe get some food for maybe some traveling supply. Maybe get some information too on what that mystery dungeon is like.
Alrighty. Okay, well, food is, as usual, apples are just single gold per apple. Any other supplies are, depends on what they are.
Is there anything exquisite being kind of vended here?
There's a bunch of magical stuff, but most of it is like 400 gold at the cheapest, and lot lot more at the more expensive.
Okay. I'm just gonna buy. I have 14 apples still, so I'm gonna just buy 8. I didn't realize I had that many, so I'll just pay 4 for it just to make a nice even 150 gold.
Perennial's
Alright.
going to buy 4 apples as well.
Let's see. I'm actually looking at iron thorns and corsola twigs here.
Okay. Very
What
well.
was the price on the corsola twigs?
Give me a second. The price on Corsola twigs is about 5 silver per. Yeah, 5 silver per twig.
Do the
So
math on the sheet
two,
here really quick.
two for a gold, basically.
I guess I'll just grab 20 then.
All right, that'll be 10 gold.
Okay. And then I'm gonna grab 10 apples.
All right.
Brings me to... Okay.
I've still got 21 apples, so
Yeah, you're probably good.
I think I'm in pretty good shape there.
Alrighty then.
I guess we should go to the library next.
All right.
The
So,
university, which has the library.
yeah, the university, which has the library. So, yep, you all walk into the university. You go through you go up the stairs again, and as you walk in, you see that the Lytton isn't there, but you see the Baniri with the book, and it appears he's returning it to the librarian.
I look back at my comrades, and then I try it. Like as he's putting it back, I want to just try and grab it.
You're just gonna basically just nick it off him right as he's putting it back.
Yeah, not necessarily like swipe it from his hands, but as soon as it's on the shelf, I'm just going to grab it.
Okay. For the fun of it, roll sleight of hand.
Okay. Where's my character sheet? It's on items, and then go up to It'll just be a +5. 22.
Okay, you manage to expertly take it off the shelves right as soon as he's done with it.
Yeah. It's very much like in the portrait picture where I'm like just like clutching it to my chest.
All right. As you do this, Reniel's going to walk up to Lucius and he's going to say,
Hello again.
Oh, hey. The Lucius points over to the shelf and he says, "The book's finally here. Sorry about my teammate. She wanted to make sure she didn't miss any detail." And then he looks over towards the book. He sees it isn't there and sees it's in Eugene's posse. He's like, "Oh, you already have it."
Mm-hmm. And no offense or anything, but I intend to keep it that way.
I'm not gonna take it from you or anything. Sorry about that. Rafa's done reading it.
How many
Hopefully.
times did she read it?
I want to say like 4 or 5, but I'm not even sure myself.
How amusing. Well, since I have you here, I was wondering if there was anyone back at home that you would like to send a little message to.
Uh, I mean, if I wanted to go over to Caldwell to talk with my folks, I'm probably could do so pretty easily.
Reniel just kind of looks at him.
Does he always do that?
Yeah.
Constantly.
I know you're not from here.
Well, of
Well,
course.
no, he's from Caldwell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Listen, this is your opportunity to send a message to someone to let them know that you're okay. If you would rather not take it, that is fine. But I can do so.
Uh. Uh. All right. Hypothetically speaking, if I were from somewhere that isn't easily accessible, and this is all hypothetical, um, I just want a simple message to either a Mira who's a Lopunny, an Aaron who's a Diggersby, or a Scala who's an Esper, telling them that I'm fine and going to be making my way home sometime soon, theoretically speaking. Obviously, I'm from Caldwell, so I could possibly find them pretty quick anyways, but
Which of these theoretical individuals would you like me to tell?
uh any one of them really. I mean, I'd prefer the Esper to know, but any one of them might tell the others, so
All right. In that case, Renyl's going to use message or sending to try to let Scala know that Lucius is safe and that he's trying to find a way home.
okay, roll D100.
I'm trying to remember syntax.
It's just the exclamation mark.
93.
Okay. The message has been delivered. I'd give you a response, but I don't want to be too self-indulgent with this.
All right.
But you are well aware that the message has been sent.
She is aware.
Uh, uh, thanks. Anyways, enjoy your book. And he
Thank
sort of...
you.
Wait, was there anything interesting or noteworthy you got from it?
Uh, for me, not a lot. Well, I did get one thing. It apparently... I'm pretty sure Xerneas, the legendary Pokemon, did used to inhabit that tree, but not anymore. And I do think that it does exist somewhere. I want to say, based on what I know of certain things, I want to say it's probably, if it were to exist, it's probably one of the forests around here, hidden very deeply within a mystery dungeon there. Though, apparently it only appears in times of great strife or whatever, so I can't say which one, nor can I say if the strife is how you get to it or not, but based on what I know from let's just call it experience, it's probably somewhere in a forest.
Okay.
Beyond that, I don't know if there's much else I can really tell you.
Well, okay, it's better than nothing. When we inevitably peruse this thing, can we check this out somewhere? Because I think we're gonna have it for a really long time.
Yeah, just ask the librarian.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to the librarian and ask if we can have this book on behalf of the guild.
Oh, so you're actually gonna so you're actually gonna the normal checkout would be 2 weeks and return it, but if it's guild related, they are willing to extend it a little bit longer than that.
Well, I don't think I'll be in this city frequently, so is there a method of sending it back?
Yeah, you can mail it back.
Okay, yeah, then that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, I'll check it out then and maybe try to get a little bit of an extension on it.
Okay. Then you can have it for about a month.
Okay. Turn book in a month. All right.
Alright, is that it?
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So, you've gotten your book and you've gotten your supplies. Is there anything else you want to do in town before you head to the mountain?
I wanted to go to like a cafe or gathering spot of adventurers where they'd usually
Oh,
go around and maybe ask about that place. Just know what to expect.
right. Alright, so,
I think
let's.
maybe Doc wanted to say something too, but something's going on with his computer.
Yeah, I noticed that. Alright, give me. Are you going to be listening in or chatting them up for information?
Well, first I'm probably gonna gauge like an adventurer or explorers by the conversations they're having, and then try my best to interject myself if there's an opportunity to cut in.
Okay, then. First things first, we'll do this while Doc's. I may wait for him to get back in before go
Yeah.
too much further. But all right, first things first, I want you to give me an perception or insight to sort of see if you can find that adventure that you want to chat up with or group of adventurers.
I'll take perception. I guess that what that would entail is maybe they're like laying out some treasure or something. Ugh, 14.
There are a bunch of Pokemon here that look fairly competent, but you can't really tell if anyone's looking like to be. You can't really tell heads or tails to see if there's anyone with massive amounts of experience. Everyone here sort of looks like they have decent amounts. None of them look better than. None of them look more experienced than the other. It may be because there's just a cacophony of noise or something.
Okay. So that second plan is like anyone have anything like laid out on the table or anything, maybe showing off a trinket or two.
Oddly, none of them seem to be showing off any valuables or anything. No.
Okay, so plan B. The whoever's serving the drinks or the food, I'm gonna walk up to very nervously.
Okay. Alright, you find a Glossofer who appears to be the one handing out all the drinks.
All right, is it behind a table like a or anything, or just out being like a waitress or waiter?
Out being the waitress.
Okay. Okay, this is a little more awkward. All right. So, I guess I don't want to be rude, and I'll like I'll wait to be seated, or do I just pick my own seat and
You
she
pick your
comes
own
over?
seat.
All right, I'll sit down. Am I alone here? Did anyone come with me?
Renniel's there.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
assume everyone else is there for now until we get some form of confirmation or another because of technical
Yeah.
difficulties.
All right. Yeah, I'll sit down at a table.
All right. So you all sit down, and she eventually comes up to you and says, "What can I get you for?"
Well, something really small for me, something salty for him, and what about you, Sergey?
Sorry, I'm actually thinking what he'd want. I mean, this is just a cafe. Like, this is drinks, but
Yeah, it
Get
seems to be
the
mostly a drinks place.
get the hot sauce.
Yeah, no. I'll pass from now.
Make sure
Make
you
sure
do
you.
not go.
Oh,
Oh dear.
What happened?
Doc's mic
Got
was
feedback.
Uh,
Sounds like
Okay,
it's
there we go.
yeah, we can hear you.
yeah.
okay.
Do we need to Prince of Persia go back in time?
Okay, so Doc, to catch you up with what was happening when you suddenly disappeared, Eugene went to a cafe, couldn't parse out the adventurers there to see who's knows what, so plan B, he seated himself, and I assumed everyone else in the party along with himself, though you could feel free to say yes or no, so that happened with you were off screen. And he's trying to speak with a glossifer waitress.
Wait, what's our objective in being here?
Get information about the dungeon.
Which the
Yeah.
mountains, right?
Yeah. And we were just I was ordering like an appetizer just to not say, "Hey, what's in the Northern Desert Ancient Ruins mystery dungeon?" Okay, bye. I didn't want to be like
Wouldn't we be better served doing something like this closer to the actual dungeon?
I have a feeling it's just kind of out in the wilderness though. It's not really.
Mm.
So yeah, what can I do you for?
I will have salt water. He will have just water.
And he's pointing to Eugene.
He will have just water, no hot sauce. He's a minor. And
Yeah.
you said you didn't want anything, Sergey?
I'll just pass for now.
Just some salt water and some regular water.
Salt water, you sure about that?
I am.
Alright, I'll be back in a second.
All right, I'm not good at striking up conversations. What do you do? I was thinking of leading off with, "Hey, what's in the Northern Desert Ancient Ruin Mystery Dungeon?" But I figured that would be coming off too strong right off the bat. I'm not good at icebreakers.
Were we not going to the Black Rock Mountain first?
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. The Black Rock Mountain Mystery Dungeon.
In that
Or
case, I believe we should start off the conversation with, do you know what is in the Black Rock Mountain Mystery Dungeon?
yes. Okay, that's correct. I just figured that's a little to the point when in just normal conversation, though. But
We have nothing else to discuss with her. We may as well get straight to the point.
well, people tend to be a little more open if you're nice to them and not just treating them as an exposition machine, like an NPC exposition machine.
Can I see anyone in here who looks like they might be like the adventurer type who might go into dungeons regularly?
Eugene has already tried that and he failed. If you're gonna try it yourself, you can, but you're gonna roll at disadvantage. I'm gonna steal Crow's whole thing with that.
I mean, like, is there anybody who just like has equipment on them similar to
There.
what we have?
This is basically like almost everyone here has some form of equipment or other. You imagine this is definitely a place where you've got a lot of adventurers just coming and going. So there are a bunch
Right.
here.
Well, I mean, those are the kinds of signs I'm looking for, so I mean, if that's the case, then I'm just going to assume that anybody who's kind of decked out is the type of person we're looking for.
Okay, yeah, there's a number of Pokemon. Do you just want to pick out two random people while Eugene tries and fails to, potentially fails to talk with the Glossifer?
I'm gonna just listen in on them a little bit and just kind of like based on their discussions, like if they're trying to see if it sounds like any of them are planning expeditions or anything like that.
Okay. Roll me perception then.
Okay, I think I remember my modifier.
Oh my.
Oh, there we
Okay.
go.
Oh boy. Okay. So you listen in and you see that there is a duo, a Vibrava and a Tranquil, who both seem to be plotting on going something. They seem to be plotting a major expedition inside the desert.
Oh, dang, all the way from here.
Not the northern desert, the one in the.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll wait for a second until like our drinks are no. I guess I'll just go ahead and go up to them.
Alright. So, Harold, you go up to them. We'll start with Eugene and then go back to you. Well, Eugene and the rest of the party, I suppose. Alright. Eugene, you. Eventually, your drinks are brought over by this Glossofer. She goes, Alright, here's your normal water and your salt water, I guess.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then he uses Mage Hand and he just chugs it.
Meanwhile, like inner monologue is like, okay, how do normal people talk? How's your day? Or how is your day? Or what time of day is it?
It's morning. I mean, early shift's pretty busy, but I suppose that just means a bit more in my pocket at the end of the day.
We're guild members. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pressed.
And we're planning to go to a mountain, the Black Rock Mountain mystery dungeon.
Oh, you're headed to the mystery dungeon, huh? Well, good luck with that.
Wait, no, end the conversation there. No. Um, wait. I had this all planned out in my head. Has anyone else gone there recently?
Not that I've heard, but I don't
Um,
often listen to the chatter too much unless I'm bored.
do you know anything about that place?
I know it ain't exactly the easiest place to get to, but beyond that, I can't tell you much.
Oh, um, well, yeah, you don't know anyone who would know?
Eh, anyone here?
Anyone, you say, and there's like see Harold going off.
Can't say I know much better for sure myself. I just know you chat around, you might find someone who might have been there, or maybe not.
Okay, it was a pleasure of you waitressing, of you giving us water. Thank you.
You're welcome, Sunshine. She just walks away.
I think that was a 7 out of 10, right? That conversation, Reniel.
It is at least a 9 out of 10.
Okay, I thought I did. I personally thought I did really bad there.
No, you did very well.
Sergey just kind of looks to the side and gives you like a sort of thumbs up, but he's obviously trying to suppress some laughter.
Anyway, cut to Harold.
All right, Harold. After that gong show, well, while that gong show is happening, you walk up to this Vibrava and Tranquil. Like I said, they seem to be discussing heading out into the desert. Seem to be discussing some strategies, stuff like that. Vibrava seems to be looks like he's gonna potentially dig for a water if they end up needing some. And they seem to have plenty of supplies that they're preparing and stuff like that.
Oh boy, I get to carry on a conversation as Harold while I'm congested.
Yeah.
Have fun.
All right. So Harold is going to approach these two and kind of, maintain a polite distance and just, kind of make like a hello gesture to get their attention.
Okay. So you do that. You approach slowly, approach very cautiously, and
Not like he's afraid of them, just being polite.
okay. So yeah, you do that, and the Vibrava notices you and goes, "Oh, hey there. What are you up to?"
Hello. Well, I hope you don't mind, but I overheard your conversation a little bit. Heard you're planning on taking an expedition to the desert nearby.
Oh yeah, the desert is the best place to go if you're hankering for some exploring. There's lots of lost treasure there, plenty of magic items. It's amazing out there. You looking to go to the desert too?
Not there in particular. My team and I were actually planning to head to the Black Rock Mountains. I don't know if you happen to have ever been there or perhaps heard secondhand accounts.
Oh boy, Black Rock, you sure about that?
Well, to make a long story short, it is necessary, not our first choice.
Yeah, if you say so, but honestly, you might be. Well, I suppose if it's necessary, but I haven't heard good things about that place.
Well, that's why we wanted to get as much information ahead of time as we could. You seem to know what you're doing. Perhaps, I don't know, could you tell me anything about the area?
Alright, well, I could tell you a bit about the mountains surrounding it, but as for Black Rock itself, I ain't got much other than secondhand words. The
That
mountains.
would be helpful.
Alright, well, the mountain range itself is lots of steep cliffs, lots of climbing. You're probably going to want some sort of climbing gear, plenty of ropes, and plenty of sturdy ropes too. Maybe a grappling hook or two. And you're going to want to prepare for a long and difficult climb. I hear reaching the mystery dungeon itself takes quite a bit of effort to do.
Harold's like pulling out a piece of paper and writing notes on it. Do you happen to know anything about the sorts of dangers found within the dungeon itself?
Entirely, no, but from what I've heard, it's pitch black in there.
Hmm.
Like, they don't call it the Black Rock Mountains for nothing. No light shines in that mystery dungeon.
That's certainly a good thing to know in advance.
Yeah, you want to prepare any way you can to get light, but even then I hear dangerous ferals walk around there preying on anyone who's unaware of them.
Sounds pretty typical of dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
Still,
They're supposed to
I
be strong in there, but
hopefully we'll be up to it. Do you happen to know what kinds of Pokemon are found in there?
nothing exists, I'd say. All I hear about is powerful, or all I've heard about is that they're powerful.
We need to try to get Crafty to deal with them then.
Uh-huh. They'll use the darkness to their advantage, so be careful about that. Beyond that, there's just one other thing you should know, and this is, again, or two other things I should say. First off, there are said to be several powerful areas where there are very powerful ferals in there. And from what I've been told, if you encounter one of those, your best bet is to run away. They don't pursue you too far, but if you and them happen to encounter each other and you fight, I've been told that's a losing battle.
Can they be detected in advance?
Probably. I'd certainly hope so, at least, but I don't know that detail, unfortunately.
Right. What's the other thing?
Supposedly, there's some sort of monster that lives there. Wait, I ain't talking about just your random feral, even those strong guys. This thing's apparently something that it may not be as fierce as those very powerful ferals, but it has the ability to hurt you no matter what you are. Like, you could be a ghost and its attacks would still hurt like nothing else.
Hmm. Well, thank you very much. You've been more than helpful.
Yeah, here I'll come. Good luck. Just one last piece of advice. I'd recommend having some sort of landline or someone who ain't going with you but knows that you're gonna go in.
Hmm.
'Cause if you don't, then you might never come back out. But that's just my advice. You feel free to take it or leave it.
I would never go into a dungeon without taking precautions like that.
Alright, then you should be fine. Good luck.
Um, Out of character, has the appearance of the new dungeons recently, is that like public knowledge?
You've told the guild itself, but you don't know if the guild has made that very public knowledge or if they're trying to. Well, you imagine the guild's probably going to distribute knowledge that they exist and going to warn people to avoid those places, but whether they've managed to yet or not, you don't know, but you imagine the guild would eventually give like a newsletter or civilian warning to avoid those areas.
Right. Well, I'm afraid there's not a whole lot I can do in exchange, but you should be warned that something strange has been going on in the desert lately.
Something strange, huh?
A new dungeon popped into existence just yesterday.
Oh my. I'm almost curious.
I would strongly advise against investigating it.
I
I
mean,
suppose at the end of the day, it's your decision.
fair. I mean, I'd say the same for yourself in the Black Rock Mountains, but then again, I suppose it ain't exactly the equivalent, because from what you're telling me, you'd need it, whereas for us, we just kind of want to see it out of curiosity. But, if we're feeling brave
Harold
or if we've got ourselves a lifeline, we may not. We'll figure it out later.
Harold gives a bitter laugh. Believe me, if I felt like I had any choice in the matter, I wouldn't go near the place.
Gee, you in rough times or something?
I suppose you could say that in a sense. In any case, thank you again.
Yeah, and I hope whatever's happening with you gets better. Good luck out there.
Harold gives a nod and turns to go back to the rest of the group.
Alright. So, yeah, Harold eventually rejoins you back at the table.
Yeah. We look like the biggest cheapskates because we just went into like essentially a restaurant to order water.
I once did that. Okay, I know I shouldn't bring too much OC chat, but I once did that because I was doing an interview at that restaurant, and I felt like, well, I wasn't doing an interview with that restaurant, but I was doing an interview at it, and I felt like just the cheapest person there.
Well, that's what we're doing.
Renniel's probably ordered like 2 or 3 more salt waters.
So not only is he
Much to
getting
the
like the free
chagrin.
water, he's taking like a handful of like salt packets.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you learn anything useful, Harold?
Quite a lot, actually. They sound like very experienced dungeon explorers. There's certain equipment that we'll need to pick up, especially for this dungeon.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of the problem I had when I was buying equipment. I didn't know exactly what to get.
And he'll basically relay what the Vibrava told him, make sure to have climbing equipment. Probably need to get lanterns because it's supposed to be pitch black in there.
I have another. I have actually a. Is it possible to buy like a dark vision spell scroll?
Um, you could, yes, though spell scrolls are
It's
generally a little expensive.
Not to
yeah.
mention Renniel already has dark vision.
Oh, I mean like dark vision for us, or do you
Oh,
have the
okay.
spell dark
No,
vision?
no.
Yeah, okay. Because that could be more useful than having a big "Hey, I'm here" torch or lantern. I know it's a little more expensive, but it's safer. But yeah, we need climbing equipment. What I wrote down while you were doing that conversation is like climbing equipment, harness, possibly dark vision scrolls, and yeah, that's all I got. If anyone had any other ideas what to buy for doing this.
Shoot, what was that specific lantern type?
Hooded or bullseye?
Hooded.
Yeah, hooded. Actually, yeah, either one of those would be very useful, I think.
Alright, so harnesses, probably extra rope,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I didn't put that.
pitons, however you pronounce it.
pythons.
I've heard it pronounced both ways.
Yeah.
Probably a hammer,
I have a hammer.
pickaxe,
I do not have a pickaxe.
shovel.
I do not have a shovel. Oh,
Car horn.
Well, they got one of those apparently.
And we also need an axe. May as well get the entire Minecraft repertoire in there.
yeah.
Don't make me call the
Carhorn,
next.
aka Scroll of Conjure Enemies.
So you wanted shovel, pickaxe. I have 6 pitons and a hammer.
We should probably grab a few more pitons.
Don't forget rope.
All right, let's get like 14 pitons and just make it a 20. And we want rope, more rope. Possibly let's try to get strong rope. I don't know if just like hemp rope is good enough, but we could possibly ask.
I think a hooded lantern is a good idea.
Yeah, hooded lantern.
All right,
I just-
this is gonna be interesting in
I
terms
gotta
of.
go find the
And then we need a harness for at least each of us.
Yeah,
right.
or
I mean-
harness.
Climbers, I assume that stuff is involved in climbers kit, so
But it probably only has one harness in it.
fair enough.
By 4. Yeah.
The climber's kit has special pitons, boot tips, gloves, and a harness. And you
Good
can
work.
use it as an action to anchor yourself. When you do, you can't fall more than 25 feet from a point where you're anchored.
All right, well, let's see.
Go find that.
Harness is gonna be 7 gold if you don't want to buy a bunch of climbers kits for it. A climbers
Alright.
kit itself, just one, is about 25 gold.
Yeah,
Might honestly just pick it up.
get the climber's kit.
Shovels, 2 gold.
All right.
Let's see.
I'm kind of looking at it too, the shop list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lantern. Where's lantern?
Hooded.
Are we getting a hooded? Yeah, it's 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pickaxe.
How much are pythons or pitons or pittons?
They're 5 copper per per piton.
Okay, Renewal's got 19 silver, so kind of want to get rid of the silver.
Yeah, you could buy pitons for days.
Pickaxe is 2 gold, and a rope. Asking the guy selling this, is there a particular stronger rope, or is it just the hemp rope and the silk rope?
I'm gonna say. If you want a particularly strong, sturdy rope, then. Well, silk is 10, huh? I'm gonna say 10 gold for a particularly strong, sturdy rope.
Goodness.
It's lighter, I guess, too. Not that matters. Okay. So,
Well, I'm gonna at least buy a climber's kit here since.
okay, you're gonna pick up the climber's kit.
Mhm.
Okay, then I'll nick that off.
Alright, that'll be 25 gold for the climber's kit.
All right.
All right.
I think I'm gonna buy one too.
Alright,
It just seems easier in general to pick up the kit, so that way you've got all the stuff you need for
Yeah,
yourself.
that's a good point. Maybe we should all just buy a climber's
Because
kit.
that
So
way
I'm
you
gonna.
get yourself boots, the gloves, harness, special pitons, which I assume are their own thing compared to the basic ones.
yeah, some shop owner's getting himself a nice 100 gold today then.
Yeah. Well, is Reniel buying it?
He's just getting the harness and 18 pitons.
Okay.
Okay. Alright.
I'll pick up the shovel and pickaxe, which is 4.
I'm going to go ahead and get a hooded lantern.
Okay, 5 gold for the hood and lantern. Reniel, the harness is going to be a 7 gold.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what all the pitons are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure to be subtracting your gold and adding these to your inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright. Is there anything else you particularly want?
And we're gonna get a silk rope. I guess I'm gonna be the one buying it.
Is that any more durable than hemp rope?
Actually, I'm going to say that there's a special quote-unquote durable rope that's a bit heavier, but still 10 gold, so...
Okay. So is it hempen, just stronger?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay. All right.
Funny enough, they label hempen rope here in the adventure shop as the 1 gold one versus the silk.
I think it's mostly just because the silk one is way lighter.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. The silk one's 5 pounds versus the hempen being 10. I see.
But since I don't generally worry too much about over encumbrance, and you've got a bag of holding anyways.
All right. Strong rope. And 50 feet. Is it 50 feet?
Yeah.
All right. And I at least want at least try to get a dark vision scroll so I can skulk around in the dark in there. So is there any place I could acquire that and see what the price is?
Yeah, there are plenty of magic shops. Just let me...
I guess I'll get like Reniel or Harold to cast it on me when we get in there.
Alright.
Do we ever get a grappling hook?
I have one.
Okay.
Does the climber kit come with one?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Alright. That
Wanna
would
continue picking
be
up an extra?
about 150 gold for a spell scroll of darkness. You could find out a magic shop.
Ugh, that's like all my money. I'm going to do.
Go ahead.
I'm probably going to do it. So I know from experience, there's nothing worse than being stuck in the dark when you're with a character without dark vision.
Also, I'm just going to go ahead and be safe. I'm actually going to pick up a grappling hook for myself, just so we have 2.
Alright. Just close.
Are you going to make us keep track of oil for lanterns?
No.
Okay.
Oil's basically just if... I'll let you guys use oil as basically just if you want to cover an enemy and set it on fire. I'm not going to go specifically micromanaging for like the lantern or anything like that.
Okay.
Because I do value your sanity.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna spend 150 and go down to 4 gold.
Oof.
Alright, if you're sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay.
Alright, Sergey, that grappling hook is 2 gold.
Yep.
Alright, are you all content with your gear?
How much does 50 feet of regular hemp rope cost?
Just close. I really shouldn't keep closing that. Just
1 gold.
Yeah, I've got
It's
the
1.
adventure supply. It's just 1.
yeah.
Okay. Renel's gonna get 50 feet of regular rope.
Alright, you may do so.
Wait, doesn't he already have rope? He's already got 30 feet. He's gonna get more.
30 feet is not enough. I desire 300 feet of rope.
I mean, he could.
Gosh.
Have fun as we all figure out how to rock climb.
Okay. So we'll just run down. We each got a climber's kit. We got
Reniel did
So
not
that-
get a climber's kit.
all right. So you got your own. Oh, then I was
He got
buying
a
the harness.
harness, but
Yeah. So I didn't need to buy the harnesses then. So I'm up.
Yeah, if everyone has spell scrolls and Raniel bought his own harness, or spell scrolls, climb equipment, and Raniel has his own harness, you don't need to buy them, so you can add those back.
Yeah. Okay. 25. Yeah. Okay. And I got the pickaxe. I got the shovel. I rounded out my pitons. And I got the strong rope. Are we forgetting anything?
Got the shovel and pickaxe.
how many pitons are in the climber's kit by default before?
It just says there's special pitons in it. It
Yeah.
doesn't give them.
I'm gonna say, just for the sake of it, 6.
All right. We'll label those as special pitons. I'm gonna, in that case, go ahead and grab. Do the math here. Is that 20 for 1 gold? No.
Oh gosh, I think you could one gold. I think you could get 100 pitons.
Yeah, it's a lot. They're each 5 copper, right?
Yeah, so
that
it's
would be. Wait.
Oh, I guess Reniel got a whole lot more than 18 then.
Yeah.
uh,
Because 10 would be a silver, or no? 2 would be a silver.
2 would be a silver.
20
Oh, I
would
guess
be
you
a
did.
gold.
Okay, so I thought, yep. Yeah, I'm gonna get 20 then, just to not have to deal with the silver and copper.
Dumping all your change. Okay. This tool store just got a good payday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm going to drop off the Ledrith room key at the guild because I don't know if they intended for us to keep it.
Oh, they did not intend you to keep it, so yeah. They might be very glad if you drop that back off.
Yeah, I'll do that too. All right. So, what's the plan, guys? Are we heading right for the dungeon and on our way back to Misty Gales?
I think so.
Okay. And I guess we should probably head out now.
Alrighty, so what's your route exactly?
Wait, one more thing. You said we should let someone know we're going to that dungeon. Do you think the Delvers knowing about that is good enough? I whisper.
Reniel nods.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Yeah, then I think it's good.
Okay. So, alright, are you gonna head directly to there through the desert? Or are you gonna try and go around the grassy and go through, like, the shortest amount of desert? How are you planning on... Basically, take a map of, take the map and sort of draw your path.
Could you upload the map as on Owlbear?
I can put the map on Albert, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we could draw a route with it that we want to go.
Yeah, that's actually a very smart idea. Just give me a second. And I'll even put it for the players as well.
Yeah. Cool.
Or not for the players, for the people as well. Oh boy.
Is it big?
Yes, it looks like it's considering it big. This might take a couple seconds. What, 23 by 18 and it took it this long? Oh my gosh.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I see it. So this is where we are, correct?
Yep, you are currently here, and just give me a second because I forgot that I need to get the new link for the people. So yeah, this is how the map looks, and just give me a second before you start drawing anything.
Okay.
There's our destination is here, I think.
Yeah, that's where I assumed it was.
Yeah,
And then
this
we also
is the
chose one here, and was the other one here?
yeah,
No,
this
there's
does
one
not
up
have the
here.
pins on it, so
Yeah.
One here, one here, one here.
Yeah. But the plan for now is just to go like we're kind of just going like that. We're just using it as an excuse on our way back.
Right.
Yeah. But
The question
this
is
is
if
the was this the desert we went through?
yep, this is the desert you've gone through.
Yeah. Okay.
The mountains themselves start right around here-ish.
And this is the oasis that got mystery dungeoned.
Yes. You can imagine that going to that oasis for water is no longer a possibility.
Yeah. Okay.
What's in this area right here?
Just plains. There are maybe like small camps or settlements of Lederithians doing experiments around here, but for the most part, this section is just open plains.
So yeah, I'd probably imagine it would be pretty safe if that's the case, and we could, yeah, maybe go like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna take the plains and avoid the desert as much as possible.
So to draw your path, you are going. Whoops, that was the wrong. You are going this way, around here. Oh,
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. Alright, then you know, based on familiarity, that this is going to be a 3-day trip, at least to get to the mountains. But only half the day is going to be spent in the desert.
Just getting past this little spot right here.
Yeah.
All right.
Reno will probably pick up 2 more apples in that case.
Oh yeah, the desert kind of
Oh right.
bled. I picked up a lot, so I think I'm. Oh, I'll pick 2 more up. Yeah, just to have 20.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty then. I believe that is what all we need, so let's begin your travel and let's begin seeing what happens.
I got those 5 jugs of spring water too, so got emergency rations.
Alright. Okay. Alright. So, you guys leave Gwaybold, all your gear and stuff, and all decked out to head to the cliffs. You spend the first day along the plains. There is a nice cool breeze going along. There does not appear to be anything going on, and your first day of. Oh my gosh, Raniel.
What, his use for his peons?
This would likely work well for an improvised lobotomy. It's Raniel's Piton's description for those who can't see it in chat.
Oh no.
Anyways, you guys walk along the plains for the first day, and you reach the evening. Nothing seems to be happening. so far. It seems to be just a nice normal walk.
So far, so good.
Yep, so far so good. And you're gonna set up the tent, head. Obviously not. You're gonna set up the tent, and what order of watching are you gonna do?
Reniel's last.
Yeah, Eugene's first.
Sergey will take third.
All right, I'll go second then.
Alright. Let's just do this quick since you got a lot of travel ahead. So, who first is Eugene?
Yes, that's correct.
Eugene. Nothing seems to happen with you. Sergey. Or, sorry, not Sergey. Harold. Harold, give me a perception check.
$13.
Wrong place, but okay.
Oh, shoot. Yep.
If something happened with you, you did not notice. Sergey, nothing seems to have happened. Reniel, nothing seems to have happened.
Okay.
Alright. So, morning comes around. You all get up, get your supplies ready, remove the tent, put the extra random steaks and stuff back in the bag that were inevitably left out because this tent is an eldritch abomination.
Somehow we have more poles than before.
Yep.
And eat our rations.
Yep, you, everyone, you make sure to, well, either eat 1 apple for now or 2 apples if you want to go for the whole day, but yeah, just make sure you've eaten 2 apples for the day. But,
There's also 2 yesterday, so...
actually, it would have only been 1 for yesterday
one.
because you were given breakfast.
Right.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're missing one more.
But anyways, as you are all packing up, you see a handwritten note laying in nearby.
Who notices it?
Yeah, I did not actually have you guys roll perception for that, so I'll just roll a d4 and see who notices it. Reniel, you notice it.
The chest sent an ambassador.
He may change the note over to himself.
What?
Okay, you may hand over a note to yourself, and the note reads, "Stop. Do not go to the mountains. This will be your last warning."
Reniel is going to take out the note that he got with his wand and compare the writing.
Oh, that note?
Uh-huh.
The writing is totally different.
Okay.
Someone does not want us to go there.
You mean us?
Is that not what I
Yeah.
said?
I mean, we don't want us to go there.
He shows Harold the note.
Someone besides
Why?
us.
Let's see that for a second.
Reniel gives it to Eugene.
All right. Oh, do we still have that the writing from that fake book? No, we left it.
Yeah, you left that with the guild.
Yeah. In that case, I'm gonna pull up my forgery kit and like get a sample of this writing, the penmanship.
Interesting. Okay.
There's not much to compare it to right now, but maybe we'll find out later.
Do
Right.
we heed the warning?
What did it say again?
It said, stop, go no further, do not go to the mountains.
Hmm. So that means someone was watching us in the cafe.
It could be from those explorers I was talking to.
Yeah. If I rewind my memory, did I perhaps pick up somebody maybe like watching us or watching Harold?
You did not notice anybody in particular that was watching Harold, no. There were a lot of Pokemon around, so you might not have been able to see everyone, but there didn't look like anybody doing anything shady or watching Harold or anything.
It's just like for all intents and purposes, it would our path would suggest would just be going to Misty Gales right now, right?
That would be what your path
Yeah.
suggests, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm Eugene is kind of narrowing it down. It was most likely someone in the cafe. Could have been the waitress too. I don't know. It just bothers me a little bit. I don't know if this is malicious or genuinely warning us, but
Whoever it was, they had to follow us for at least an entire day.
that's true. And I begin to like look around, survey the area.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for, or is it just looking?
Um, let's look. Oh, where did you find that note, Reniel?
DM.
About just a little bit away from your tent. Almost sort of. It was a little bit away. It was sort of at the backside of your tent, so it was clearly placed in a position so that anyone keeping watch at the tent would have had to have noticed them. Would have had to have heard them rather than could have seen them at any point in time. And it was a
I'll
bit of distance.
I'll survey the area where the note was. Maybe just find some sort of tracks or maybe something dropped.
Roll investigation.
Renniel's going to use the help action.
How's Raniel gonna help?
Well, he's got high investigation. He's going to investigate with him.
Okay, so do you want Raniel to be rolling investigation as well?
Uh, I don't want to metagame this, but who is who do you think would be better for this?
Renniel has a
Uh,
+5.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll help Reniel, and my excuse is like he knows where the note was since he found it, so I'm probably helping him like kind of try to find anything else in that area as he points it out.
Just for flavor, even though there's not going to be any mechanical difference, Harold is
Yeah.
helping them look as well.
Okay. Alright, Raniel.
yeah.
Roll.
Gee, thanks, parser. See, this is what.
Wah.
Oh wait, I have advantage, right?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I'm going to give...
Okay. Someone's bipolar today.
Wow.
the duality of parser.
Give me a second.
Oh
That's
my gosh.
Oh, 1 to a 20.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I
can't
have the
believe it.
rolling chat on there just so that people can actually see that. Okay. You see that it's hidden, it's very faint. You imagine you had to be very thorough in order to see it. But you see some sort of yellow, don't want to call it fur, but some sort of yellow thing, fur like
Fluff?
thing in the ground nearby.
Is it like a piece of fluff or?
It's sort of, how do I want to describe it? It's sort of, it almost looks like a petal or something like that.
And there's like no flowers nearby that it would have come from.
There are no flowers nearby that would have come from.
Hmm. I take it no one knows what this is.
Can I try to identify it?
Give me nature.
Ten.
No, you're not aware of what it is.
Does it give off any sort of smell?
Yeah, it does. It smells pretty good.
Okay. Like a flower pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. There's nowhere to really hide on these plains right now too. There's no brush or
No,
trees, tree
there's no.
lines or anything.
I mean, there's a few trees, but they're off in the distance. It would take a
Hmm.
bit to walk to them, and they're probably not the best places to hide. I mean, you could certainly hide there, but they're pretty far off the beaten path.
Okay. I do the solid snake thing and then like touch my forehead.
Metal Gear.
Do you have my codec number? You have to look on the back of the Lanwell Chronicles box just to find my codec number.
Harold casts message on Eugene. What is it?
We're gonna be out here for at least 2 more nights, so maybe we could try and set up a trap.
Harold just nods softly.
Yeah. It's nothing to worry about, guys. It's nothing. And we'll continue this conversation. Maybe try to clue in Reniel to start talking to, and inside our minds to maybe network us.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, maybe as we're traveling, we're gonna do this telepathic conversation.
All right. I will assume that you are eventually all telepathically conversing with each other, so.
It's more like a game of telephone than they're
Yeah.
able to.
Yeah.
But for the sake of not making it annoying,
Yeah.
I'll say if you
Yeah.
guys want to talk while walking, you can do so, and I'll assume that it is all telepathic for now.
Okay.
Alright. You do you guys have any ideas?
Gossifleur do have yellow petals.
That's who I was thinking too. But
My only doubt is that why would she have not have simply told us while we were there? Why go to the trouble of traveling so long and so far just to leave a message? Why not speak to us directly?
yeah, it's suspicious. That's why as I suggested to Harold, maybe we can set a trap to restrain whoever it is, if it is her, at the very least.
I do not believe she will be coming back, as the note stated that this was our final warning.
Well,
Even so, I agree, we should set up some sort of system.
I mean, I got the bells and string.
Yes.
But I don't know if she may be watching us right now, or like, how did she know exactly where we were camping? Like, someone had to be following us.
I can't say I know.
So my only concern with setting up that is they'll see us set it up. And is it final warning out of or else, or this is the last warning I'm giving you before going in there?
It simply says, this is your last warning.
I don't know. I've never been in a situation like this. I thought you said I was a 9 out of 10 with conversing with her, and
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
but if she's threatening us, that seems like it's a 1 out of 10.
I did not read it so much as a threat as it was a warning, simply that it is too dangerous for us to go in there. But again, that begs the question of why didn't she simply say so?
I don't know.
Regardless, we're going to let us still go.
Yeah. It's just a little worrying. That's all. I don't like it when things are out of my control, like someone stalking us and watching us and possibly threatening us. Are you trying to say something, Doc?
Oh, wow,
Oh,
was that audible? I
it
was
was
just
just like
kicking my foot on the ground.
it was like like 3 pulses or something.
I heard that too.
But perhaps we should just continue on for the meantime. Maybe keep an eye behind us too.
All right. That's what you're doing?
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So let's see how today looks on our merry adventures. Okay. So, you keep walking, and eventually, this one seems to be very popular with you guys. You see clouds forming in the sky.
I bring up my umbrella.
Reniel too has his umbrella.
Sergey doesn't care.
Neither does Harold.
He cares, if possible, even less.
Yeah. Yeah, so
There's just this pocket of sunshine beaming down through the clouds on him.
Following up.
I'm walking on sunshine.
So the opposite of having a little cloud on you.
Just look
single
divine.
beam.
Sorry, what did you? The comment said they didn't hear something. Oh, probably the three things from.
Oh,
Okay, never mind. Anyways, so yeah, eventually the rain starts pouring, but Sergey and Harold, neither of you care, and you got the two umbrella boys keeping their umbrellas up, so things seem to be fine for now, and but the rain seems to be continuing even on into night as you're getting ready to set up your tent.
Hearing it on our tent might be actually a little relaxing. Pitter patter against our cursed tent.
I have to agree. I enjoy the sound of water falling on things.
sound you'd like to learn to enjoy.
And so, my plan is for when we set up the tent is to try and set up the little alarm system kind of very subtly, not bringing attention to it.
Okay, you're gonna do this in the rain?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. Then whoever's setting it up, roll me sleight of hand.
Okay, that's me.
Yeah, I was just about to say I know who's probably gonna do it, but ooh.
Just setting up this tent and like as this like string is like getting all wet and shaking it off.
Yeah, you imagine the rain is really not helping you set up the alarm system, and
There's just the occasional ringing out of the
Yeah.
bell, even though no
Dropping
one's
the
stepping
bell.
on it.
Oh crap!
but well, you eventually set it up, but you're pretty sure it's pretty obvious that this alarm system has been created.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, yeah, but perhaps we can get some shut eye and just give me a second here. I want to see what else I have that will perhaps help us. We can maybe catch some rainwater.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think I got anything else that could possibly. I sold the spring-loaded chest, so not gonna use that. Yeah, I got nothing.
I guess Reniel could put out his empty cup of dirty deck water to make it an empty cup of dirty deck water filled with rainwater.
That's not how that logically works. It can't be empty and filled with rainwater.
I just like put my iron pot out and like you can use this. It's probably a little
Wait,
more
did you say
effective.
Wait, did you say it's an empty cup of dirty deck water?
Filled with rainwater.
That's not how it works.
Dirty
It
cup
is
of
now in that-
rainwater.
What?
Dirty cup of rainwater. Dirty cup of clean rainwater.
Oh my god.
Empty cup
Oh
of
my
dirty
gosh.
deck water filled with clean rainwater. That's what I'm putting on my character sheet, and you can't stop me.
Oh my god. The worst part is Radio would totally call it something like that.
Exactly.
Emotion, but still has a sense of humor. Somehow.
Anyways, is the watching shifts going to change because of the rain?
No.
No.
I actually do have a bit of an advantage from being in rain because of the cloak of acid armor.
Oh, right.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Does that work since you're in Cloud 9?
yes, we specifically checked about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, the way Cloud9 works is it's more of the harmful effects and things like that, so any benefits he would get from it, he'll still get.
Okay.
switch up any order then with this, or
Not for Rennial. He always goes last.
Yeah, I'll stay going for I don't know what a difference it would make.
Well, I mean, it might stop raining, and then he wouldn't get his advantage anymore.
Oh, okay, good point. Yeah. So maybe he should go first and I'll go second.
2 water types should go first and second, and then.
Yeah.
All right, that's how you want to do it. Harold, Sergey, Eugene, Reniel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Then let's see. If I can hit exclamation. Okay, Harold, nothing in particular happens your shift. Sergey, nothing in particular happens your shift, and it is still raining, by the way, past both of your ships. Eugene, nothing in particular happens to your shift, and Reniel, nothing in particular happens during your shift. It appears to be a quiet night. Morning comes, and it is still raining.
Holy crap. Didn't realize we were making this trip during freaking monsoon season.
There's no soggy notes on the ground.
No. You're not sure whether or not the person who would leave those notes maybe is probably smart enough not to bother when it's raining, maybe.
Yeah. All right. Doesn't seem like anything happened. Let's gather up the alarm.
And the alarm continues ringing even more as you gather it up.
Man. What are you
Ringing all night.
We're about a days away from the mountain. So maybe we should, and we have to go through the desert too. Is it one more night we have to sleep out, or will we reach it by nightfall?
That's up to you. If you go at your current pace, by the time you reach the mountains, it'll be late evening, early night. Assuming nothing interrupts your travel in any case. So if you want to reach the mountain now while it's late evening, early night, you can. Otherwise, you would have to camp out at some point in time in order to make it more morning-ish. And where you want to camp out, whether you want to do it before the desert or after, that's also up to you.
Camping at the base of the mountain sounds fun.
Yeah. I suppose we should get to the mountain and camp there.
The base of the mountain is still in the desert, or what exactly?
Well, there's a river at the base of the mountain, so.
You imagine.
Oh, food rations! Don't forget food rations.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that as well. Eat your food.
Will this be 3 for the day because morning here and then 2 during the desert trip, or?
Yeah, it'll be 3 for the full day.
All right. Down to 14. All right. I assume I'm gonna eat it later. Well, unless it gets stolen, so I'll only eat 1 for now. So. But yeah, we're gonna continue at our normal pace and go through the desert and try to reach the mountain by nightfall, and that's where we're probably gonna camp.
All right. Let's see then. Remember how you were joking about monsoon season?
Oh no.
Is it raining in the desert?
No. So as you're walking, Around in the morning, a sudden massive gale force wind just starts blowing,
And it's still raining.
and it is still raining, yeah.
Oh,
So
no.
now the rain is not really hitting your umbrellas, instead of whipping you in the face and stuff like that.
Raniel
Sir-
just puts away his umbrella.
Could you maybe make the wind go up or something?
Actually, that's a good point. Can I use the Wind Waker that we got and change the wind direction?
Can you?
I mean, the question is if I can make it specifically not windy, but I guess I can also just make it.
Can you give us a tailwind?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe make it blow behind us. So
I don't see anything about no wind around, but I could just do a light wind from behind us.
Alright, so you're gonna do that?
Yep.
Alright, you play your Wind Waker. The monsoon suddenly, at least around you, stops, and you're able to get it to move as a sort of tailwind instead.
that's turning an advantage or disadvantage into an advantage.
I guess Raniel will take his umbrella back out then.
Yeah. It was probably like blowing like upside down, you know, it's when it's really windy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, you, thanks to that, you are able to continue on, and eventually, a bit before you reach the desert, the rain and the wind finally stop, and you eventually reach the desert. You can see the mountains on the horizon.
I'm still gonna I guess I don't mind that much the heat, but yeah, I'm gonna maybe hand off the umbrella to Sergey to use the umbrella against the heat.
Raniel will do the same, but for himself.
Because Harold just apparently doesn't care.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing you did that, because, yeah, as you begin walking through the desert, the heat is just bearing down on you massively. Like, the temperature is really freaking hot. So, yeah, you're gonna need the shade of the umbrella, Sergey, whereas Harold, you don't give a dang.
Well, if I have fire resistance, do I care that much?
You do not care now.
Okay. Good.
Basically, this is harsh sunlight weather, so as a fire type, no, you don't care.
All right. I
Funny
guess
how-
we'll just push towards the mountain.
Alright. So, yeah. You keep going, and eventually you reach the base of the mountain, and it's getting towards evening. The terrain has turned from sandy to more rocky. You, see the river is close by, but you'd have to go around the mountain a bit if you want to get closer towards the river.
I mean, we're not going to be climbing the mountain tonight anyway, so we may as well use whatever we have left of daylight to get to the river.
Yeah.
Alright. Yep, you walk around and you eventually do reach the river tributing from the mountain down into the lake and stuff like that.
Waterfalls.
Yep, you hear a nice you probably hear a nice waterfall nearby.
Can we find a waterfall HM and give that to Sergey so he can just carry us up the mountain that way?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Please no, I don't want to be the HM slave.
Hey, waterfall's not a bad HM for a physical water type, but that's beside the point.
Are there any caves nearby?
You looking for one?
A cave where we could. Essentially, what I'm looking for here is a cave we could hunker down in and take shelter.
That's kind of what I figured. Roll perception or survival.
Either or.
Yeah, either or.
All right, I'll go with
Can I help
perception.
with? Well, guess I probably don't need to help with that.
Roll's been done, so you can't help anymore. But yep, you find a cave nearby, like not behind the waterfall, but there is a cave near the waterfall.
All right, I give the signal for the telepathy thing to go off again as I see this cave.
Reniel activates telephone.
Yeah. Maybe let's set up the tent, but not actually sleep in it. And take cover in that cave over there.
I honestly have no objections to that.
Yeah. We could keep an eye on that overnight. And I kind of relay this to everyone else through our telepathy
Telephone.
internet connection. It's on dial-up, that old thing, so it's going.
It's just that Reniel is the server.
That's the Ultra Beast interference.
Oh my gosh.
The Reniel router. Yeah, I assume we probably fill up our essentials by the river.
Mm-hmm. And be sure to remove the apples from the desert, the two.
Yep.
Yeah. Got it.
All right, and you're gonna basically set up the tent as decoy.
Yeah. Maybe put some like lumps inside, like blankets and pillows.
All right, what are you gonna use to make some lumps inside?
Well, I have jugs of water, so maybe we put like the jug of water underneath a blanket
Interesting.
or inside the bedroll, I guess.
Okay.
Or no, because I need to use the bedroll.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I don't need to use the bedroll. So we'll use one bedroll for this, and I guess we could use one person's gonna watch. So there's only gonna be 3 bedrolls being used at a time.
Okay.
Yeah, that should work.
Okay, so you've got one bedroll in there with water jug to suggest that someone's sleeping in it.
Yeah.
You're gonna set up the tent. This
Like by
time
the
there's
river.
only one pole that doesn't seem to fit anywhere.
Maybe use that to like prop up the bedroll.
Using the Eldritch tent for your advantage.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, and then we'll go to that cave I spotted. And
Okay, how far is the tent away from the cave exactly?
I'd say probably about 30 feet.
Okay. Alrighty then. Is that what you're all gonna do?
Yep.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
assuming we're going right to bed now, before we go to bed, there's one thing Reniel's gonna do. He's going to use sending to ask the Gossifleur waitress if she left them the note.
Interesting. Let me see. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, it is the 25 word one.
Yeah. Magical
Uh,
Twitter.
yes. Renniel slid in her Twitter DMs. Anyways,
Oh, she said yes.
no, no.
Oh, okay.
I said anyways like a couple of times because I'm trying to figure out exactly what the I want to answer that
Yeah.
with. You hear as an answer, what in the heck? Who are you and how are you in my mind?
It says that the sender or the receiver automatically knows who sent the spell.
If it knows you.
And
She,
it,
I mean, I suppose she could arguably know you, but she just saw a random Eevee there. And she
They
probably
had a
sees hundreds
conversation.
of people every day, you'd assume.
I would assume a dead-eyed Eevee ordering a bunch of salt water would stand out.
Uh, fair enough. Okay, so then change that to, wait, Lady Eevee, what the heck are you doing in my mind?
he is going to use another spell slot to say,
It is magic. Please answer. I cannot do this very many times.
I showed you my magic. Please respond. Uh, she answers, I ain't know nothing. I don't know nothing about no note or nothing like that. So could you get out of my head?
"All right."
Yes, that was less than 25 words.
I wasn't even gonna. I wasn't gonna give Whoopi her way, but thanks.
Okay, Renniel's done. Well,
Okay.
he's gonna tell everyone that it was not her who left the note.
I guess the only other ones is the two Harold spoke to. Did they seem malicious, Harold?
No, not overtly anyway.
That's what worries me. Because that suggests someone else was watching us and knows we're going here.
Someone else could have been listening in the conversation.
Yeah. But yeah, this is why I wanted to do this. Just to see if anyone's going to sneak on the tent. And I'm probably going to set the system not around the tent, but on kind of like the beaten pathway to it, like the kind of obvious pathway to it. So it'll start ringing if someone trips it.
Okay. Alrighty then. And what's the watch gonna be tonight?
Probably the standard.
Yeah. First, Harold second, Sergey third, Reniel last.
Okay. Alrighty then. Let's see what happens. Okay, Eugene, you don't notice anything happen that night.
All right.
Harold, you don't notice anything happen that night. Sergey, you hear the system Eugene set up go off.
In that case, thinking I might actually want to wake everyone else up.
Do we hear the bells going?
You do, but you also hear that it's also quickly ending.
Quick, let's go. And then I'm gonna spring on a bed more fast than Eugene has ever done, and I'm gonna run out and look, survey the area by the bells.
All right, it is sort of darkish, but roll me.
Renniel's with him.
Okay, then
Harold's coming out and he's got the hooded lantern lit and opened up.
Okay. So then you go out and you see that the Glossifer is there, and she is running away after accidentally triggering the trap.
I'm not gonna hesitate, and I'm going to use my superior movement to try and outpace her.
Renniel's gonna follow and he's gonna have his net ready.
Harold's just going to call it, wait, we don't want to hurt you.
Meanwhile, there's an even
Meanwhile, Renniel with the net.
Wait, we don't want to hurt you.
He called that out first, and then he sees everybody else taking off after her, and he's like, oh, sure. Turn into a liar, why don't you?
Sergey, what are you doing?
Well, this all happened so fast after just waking everyone up, and then Harold yells out. He just kind of stands there and does his best to just shrug at Harold.
Okay. Alright, then, for this chase, Eugene, I want you to roll me an acrobatics contested against this Glossifer's acrobatics.
Alright. I don't have proficiency in that, but my dex is pretty good.
You're looking to beat an 11.
23.
You easily beat an 11. Yeah, so maybe she's unused to the rocky terrain or stuff like that, but she's having difficulty running away, whereas you swiftly managed to approach her and get right up next to her. Are you going to cut her off, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, that's the plan, just to cut her off, not make any aggressive actions or anything.
Okay, so yeah, you managed to cut her off and block her way. She is going to try and maneuver around you because there's an Eldritch Eevee behind her holding a net.
Alright,
Renniel's just going to vortex warp himself right in front of her and drop the net on her.
Okay, then. First off, let me see how the net works. And who said the and they said the net? Oh wait, right. You need to. Yeah, it is considered a throne.
He's mage handing it like he always has.
All right. So give me an attack roll using your spellcasting modifier, but without proficiency, since I don't believe sorcerers have proficiency with martial weapons, which the net is apparently for some reason.
Yep. 22.
Oh, okay. You easily managed to throw the net over her and catch her. And they said the net is a useless weapon.
What's kind of Harold and Sergey kind of doing? Are they still standing there, or are they catching up to us?
No, Harold is running to catch up at this point. Okay. Renniel, seriously?
I could be trying to scare her right now, but I am not.
I'm sorry about this.
I, I don't think there's any reason to be polite.
Especially after she overtly lied to me.
All right, that's fair.
Okay. Should we start asking the questions, or do you just want to come out and tell us?
She is currently struggling inside this net, and she says, I ain't got nothing to say to you. I was just here to give you another warning and then leave. I ain't planning on attacking you or nothing. Just don't want you getting yourself killed.
Well, you could be like a normal person and just tell us that instead of leaving cryptic notes next to our tent in the middle of the night.
And then saying you know nothing about it.
Presenting it quite the best way, more coming off as a threatening bystander.
Yeah, well, that Sadok there already heard all about this place, and you still going this way. So apparently you didn't get the memo.
Well, why don't you want us to go here? I mean, surely there's lots of adventurers who do go on suicide missions. Why care? Why do you care so much about us?
I ain't particularly about you. It's just these mountains are a death trap. Sure, some adventurers go on stupid stuff, but this is stupider than stupid. If you go in there, you ain't coming back out.
What is it exactly about this place that's so dangerous?
You already heard basically just about everything you need to hear.
Is it
But
about that monster that's supposedly in here?
more or less, yeah. The place.
I wasn't entirely clear what's going on with it. What is it about that thing that's so deadly?
It. All you need to know is that it ain't normal.
At this point, I'm probably just helping her get the net off because she's being cooperative.
Yeah, Reniel is as well. And he's going to
That
say,
isn't.
Reniel's going to say,
We are quite familiar with abnormal things around here.
You sure are dedicated, following us 3 days out into a desert and the base of this mountain just to warn us.
You
Aren't
must
you
have
just
had
a
a lot of
waitress?
you must have had a lot of PTO.
You could say that. Or you could say that you ain't the only ones here with magic.
So who are you really then? Because I doubt some waitress we met in a cafe would go through all this trouble just to warn us.
Reniel's going to start reading her mind at this point.
Okay, Reniel, you do that. And you hear apple cherry, apple cherry, apple cherry frequently.
That is cheating and you know it.
You already been in my mind once, honey. I ain't gonna let you go in a second time.
Well, you can try.
And he's going to try to pry deeper.
Oh boy. Okay, what's the DC for that?
15.
Literally, okay. She got 16.
Reniel's going to do it again.
Or what I'll do is I'll contribute luck points to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, cheaper.
Well, he already said he's doing it again, so.
Oh.
Okay.
And you failed again. At this point, she's gonna be saying, Alright, how about you stop that? You wanted me to tell you? I told you. Keep going and I might just be getting myself out of here.
Reniel
Look,
looks at the others.
I have plenty of energy to keep going.
we don't want to go in there either. I can't give you the specifics, but this is something that we have to do.
I can't give you my specifics either, but fine.
So
I'll tell you
if you're
if you stop trying that mind stuff, then I will at least give you a little bit of a clue. I ain't allowed to say too much, but I can at least tell you one thing.
Reniel nods in agreement.
Alright. So, have you actually stopped?
Yes, Reniel has actually stopped.
Okay. She seems to cast a spell herself, and she says, alright, good, you stopped. Long story short, what that thing in there is basically it's built for fighting and killing.
So it's some sort of construct or some sort.
Oh no, it's an actual feral, but let's say it's been modified to be as strong as possible.
By who?
Modified. What do you mean modified?
Can't answer that one, Sonny, but modified is just about all you need to know about it, and if you go in there, you ain't gonna manage to last against that thing, I promise ya.
Well, we have to go in there, and we'll have a much better chance of lasting against it if you'll be more forthright.
I think anything you can tell us is going to get us not to go in. So
It's like you said, we have to. Excuse me. We have to go in there, and we don't have a choice.
you can either tell us everything that we should know so we have a better chance, or decide not to tell us anything.
I told you I can't tell you specifics.
And I guess you can't tell us.
But what I can
either.
divulge is that us going in there is tied to the fate of Lanwell itself.
Well, I ain't gonna pretend there ain't a lot wrong here, but well, I'll just say what that Vibrava told you was no joke. It can hit you real hard regardless of what advantages, disadvantages you normally have. Suppose if you're gonna go in, then you're gonna see anyways. It has become. It's basically something we in the business have been calling blackens.
Blackens?
Can't give you too much details, and you'll see a lot anyways, but it doesn't attack normally. It uses attacks that are designed specifically to hurt Pokemon regardless of what their type is, regardless of what powers they are. It's supposed to hurt and hurt like heck. And they ain't normal either. They're aggressive beyond even normal ferals. Even ferals themselves. Normally ferals will coordinate with each other like you seen if they have a common goal, but this feral will even attack other ferals. It's hidden deep in the depths of that place. If you want to survive, at least try your best not to engage it, alright, Sonnies?
Okay.
That was the plan.
Okay. Now that you know you're not going to deter us from doing this, instead, is there anything you said you can use those abilities? Is there any one you could use on us to possibly help us do that?
For right now, teleportation ain't exactly the best inside dungeons like those, and I ain't got a lot of other magic that can really help you beyond that. I could maybe, suppose if you really want, I suppose I could enhance ability on one of ya, but I only got one to use. So if you want free enhancement, I suppose I'll give you that, but that's about it from anything I can do to help you.
It likely will not last long enough, as we still need to sleep for the rest of the night.
Alright, it's a bit late. Then yeah, sorry to say, but I can't really do much else to help you.
I mean, you could wait till the morning. We found a pretty nice cave, and there's the tent there that you tried to sneak up on. No one's in there.
You see, Sonnies, that sounds nice, but I gotta be back to town by the morning, so. And while I could teleport, I certainly can't teleport that far.
Okay. Um, would I be aware of like the implications of her knowing something like that being pretty powerful?
You would roll me Arcana.
Okay. Well, here we go. Oh, actually, it's not that bad. Well, it's just +1 because I don't have proficiency. Boom. No, 11.
You imagine you're not aware of any specifics, but you imagine she might be pretty powerful to do that.
Okay. To imply she probably could have gotten out of that net pretty easily.
You imagine, yes, she probably
Yeah.
could have gotten out of that net pretty easily as well.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I kind of keep it. You wrote this, right? As I pull out the forgery sample I got.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And I just kind of crumple it up and throw it away. Okay. I guess I won't be needing that anymore.
Well, if you're really determined, then good luck, y'all. She begins making her way off. She says, be glad the boss likes you guys. And after that, she teleports away.
I instantly pick up the forgery sample again.
Boss.
Someone you know?
No. I don't know who she's referring to.
No, I might instantly just try to keep track of any of the other groups we've heard of and encountered.
It would seem to me that we found yet another faction to keep track of.
Ugh.
Well, at least she's not antagonizing us.
I suppose that is true. However, I have to wonder if maybe we should heed her warning at this point.
Go in.
To not go in?
He nods.
I was kind of hesitant to say it too, but I don't know. We came all this way, and
To be fair, we would have come all this way anyway.
true, yeah. But I mean, there it is, right there. And we're going in there anyway.
We could... I suppose a group like Tarek and Ricky might be better suited to this.
2 Pokemon versus the 4 of us.
To be fair, Ricky would easily be able to outrun anything in there.
We all prepared quite a bit for this. It just seems.
I wish I had the freaking augury spell.
Well, when I face situations like this in a game I play, I leave it down to chance. So I pull out a coin, and we'll flip for it.
Can't seriously suggest that we're going to just, off of warnings, decide to just leave this a chance.
Well,
I can ask Ricky and Tarek if they would feel that they would be able to handle such a threat.
It's a bit of an inefficient way of trying to communicate this kind of information.
It is, but it is the only way we have.
Let's get back to sleep and decide how to handle this in the morning.
yeah.
Now that would be inefficient.
I'm sorry, I'm too tired to think about this right now.
We were in the middle of sleeping anyway.
Hang on, let me do a little math here.
Nobody
Maybe
said there'd be math.
Maybe on your watch you can try it, but chances are they're probably going to be asleep too.
That is unfortunate.
And then he starts heading back to the cave.
Yeah, I guess we'll let Sergey finish his watch, and then Reniel can do his watch and get our rest in.
Alright. So, yep, nothing else of much note happens on your watch, and nothing else much happens for your watch, Reniel. Eventually morning comes.
Okay.
And as we wake up and dismantle the tent and collect the alarm system, what are we gonna do? Like, I'll be honest, a part of me is a little frightened going in there with all the warnings, but on the other hand, it's apparently something we have to do eventually, or get someone else to do it, but
Refresh my memory. Did they say where in the dungeon we had to put the beacon?
they just said in the dungeon, I believe.
We could simply step in, place it, and then step out.
I don't think you can use the entrance as an exit.
Very rarely can you in mystery dungeons.
Yeah.
We don't have anything of the sort.
Well,
like
where
an
would we
escape
put it
or-
in? The center?
Or just inside of it. I think like as soon as we step in, we can just set up the beacon.
And then we have to navigate our way out.
And then get out.
Reniel stands there for a second. He says,
I believe we should abort. Sergei and I are not particularly stealthy.
You know, knowing this information now, maybe we could get some more of these fancy things to. I pull out the dark vision scroll, get stuff that can maybe make you more stealthy, and perhaps we can prepare for it a little better.
That may be what we have to do. It seems to be the case that we are simply in over our heads. When we get back to Misty Gales, we should send correspondence to Ricky and Tarek and see if they would be willing to take on this dungeon.
But we're kind of doing this on the sly.
I have ways of getting in contact. That will be very manageable.
I'm just looking over my options right now.
But what's you two then? Do you think we should abort?
There is so much getting.
I think if you're this uncomfortable with it, then yes, we should.
Well, I'm willing to go in, but I don't want to do it if someone else is uncomfortable, which Reniel seems to be.
It is a dangerous dungeon full of strong ferals and one modified feral who would be likely be capable of defeating all of us.
I think the objective is we're not spoiling for a fight in there.
Even so, we must assume that we would get into a fight.
Yeah. But I mean, the objective is to set up the beacon and just get out. Priority 1.
Something tells me it would not be that easy.
But that's why I'm saying I kind of see your point that we probably need some better methods outside of some simple tools to maybe traverse over terrain that would impede us and get away quickly.
Help us get over difficult.
And
that or
I would highly suggest you get these scrolls to see in the dark too, without a lamp. If you can't already see in the dark.
Can't disagree with that.
So it sounds like we're deciding to head back.
It would seem so.
Shall I at least let Christelle know?
Look to Harold.
Well, assuming we're going to cancel this, where do we want to go? Do we proceed to Misty Gales?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yes, it is still possible we could come back at a later date. Potentially we would be stronger and more prepared at that time.
Very well, then. Yes, I believe the Delvers should be informed of this.
Alright. You want me to just come up with as short of a message as I can to send?
Let's just expedite the sending because
Alright,
keeping it.
he's basically just gonna say we're not prepared. We don't think we're prepared. The ferals are too strong in this dungeon. We're heading to Misty Gales first.
Alright. She responds by basically acknowledging it and asking if you would prefer she send Ricky and Tarek instead.
Do we wanna?
Oh, I thought I were letting you just do it, but
Well, Reniel's gonna have to expend another 3rd level spell slot to do that. He'll probably wait until evening to get back to her.
She's going to suggest that you have Harold use the usual to answer that question.
Oh, okay. In that case, we'll just head back. Or keep going, rather.
It'll be a couple days before she gets a response, then.
Mm-hmm.
Reniel will just... If he has a spell by evening, he'll just send it to her that way. So, yes or no? Send Ricky and Tarek?
I'd say, considering what we know, we probably want to prepare a little better to see if we can do it. So not yet. No, I'd say no anyway.
Alright. He'll tell her to wait.
Okay.
If you could very broken Englishly tell her, bad monster inside, don't go.
We'll get more information to her once we get to Misty Gales.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the event that we do decide to have them do it, do we want to leave a climbing kit or two in this cave for them to use to get to the dungeon?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. You said the cave was by the waterfall, right?
Yeah.
All right. So maybe we'll bury it under some rocks, not too deep, and then we can tell them that.
Alrighty.
That sounds like the plan to me.
Yeah. I'll ditch my climbing kit.
All right.
I'll put it in parenthesis that it's at waterfall or something like that.
I'll go ahead and leave mine behind as well.
And since we have the extra, I'm actually going to leave the extra grappling hook.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty then. I think that is where we will end it off then. So, join us next time when these guys either decide to head back towards the mountain or decide to do something else. Until then, bye.
Bye.
Yeah,
Bye.